Speed Endurance Tier 2. Commentary on a Friday. It's unheard of. Yes, I'm Matt, and I'm going to be your commentator this evening, but it's not just me this week. I've been joined alongside by a certain Lord KVI.
Good evening.
It's the first time, I believe, we are commentating together.
Yes, we did a special of it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Not too long ago, before the season started. But yeah, I've not really busy tonight, so I thought, why not?
Thanks, mate. Neither was
Pop
I.
in the booth with you. Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's a couple of people in here that we're going to be doing something afterwards. Maybe a quiz. I've heard.
Yes.
Yes. And while we're waiting for instead of twiddling our thumbs, we'll commentate on Tichy and Spud and see how they go. Spud has just stuck it on. Well, I say provisional poll, but it's only Q1. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I was having a quick look at the ED2 standings right now, and at the minute, so it's Hobbsy in the Red Bull, it's just invalidated, is that? But he's leading the way in the championship at the minute from Max and AJ Brewer. Of course, these guys will go straight into Q2, won't they? With only 15.
Yeah, the only person I'm concerned about will be Jay Wills as he joined just as we started. I know that Cody's is going to do that horrible thing where he just goes, nah, you have to start from the back. So, fingers crossed he'll be in the next session, but I don't think it's going to work out. But as I said, fingers crossed, hopefully he goes through. Yeah, and I did say if anyone crashes, that's it, your qualifying will be over, even though if you are going to be in the top 15. Sorry, that's just how the game is.
Yes. So this session really is just a warm-up for the next two sessions that are going to be coming after this. I'm with Tichy right now. He's currently 6/10 up on his time.
122.1, so I would expect him to be slightly up this time.
He should be, by quite a bit.
If not, I'm going to be very, very concerned. It's been a while since I've done it. Stop flicking through and giving him a headache. Yes, so I suggest these guys are probably tank the fuel up a bit. Probably actually doing a long run on these set of tyres rather than actual push quality laps. I was just looking through KB to see where EU4 was. And I can't find the stream.
Do you know what? I was having a look at the EU3 stream.
Yes, I've just also clicked into the EU3 stream. Because the EU 50% League, which is more commonly known in the COS community, we have done Hungary already. That was round 2. So there's a few tracks that Endurance and ED tiers and AM tiers actually are doing, but they're not in the same order for those that don't know.
Yeah, the calendar compared to the 50% leagues that we run from Monday to Thursday are different. As big balls has retired, and he has lost it just before turn 5.
And that will be his qualifying over. Someone didn't read the memo. I was trying to be helpful, like I am for EU4.
I think I'm going to go with AFL here. Oh no, he's lost it way before then. So he lost it on the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, so he was on the right side. So I reckon he's tried to either correct it and snap the other way, which can happen. I've just jumped on board with Steve in AlphaTauri. I've seen this guy improve the last couple of weeks because he's doing multiple races a week now, not just endurance. Obviously now he's just got himself a full-time seat EU4, which he can shame himself to leave us for the time being, and he's reserving in AM2 as well. So 14.4 is with the track evolving. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, speaking of Stephen, he was a reserve, wasn't he,
Yes, he was.
The start of the season, and he made his full debut last night. Bahrain didn't get the greatest results. Finished outside the points, but like you said, he's when he was reserving, he was grabbing good point finishes, and I think the more he gets experience, obviously with these tiers that he's in, I think the quicker he's going to get. So he could be on the lookout in the coming races and months to come with next season. Also Spud as well.
Yeah, Spud did a bit of an oopsie though last night, didn't we? We didn't realise until after the race what happened. Spud started season 6 with us, done a whole season against all odds. We all thought he wasn't going to be started on full traction as it was his first F1 game. Now we've got down to medium, put it up to full last night in the race. I don't know why. But,
as you mentioned, and I keep harping on about this, and I keep doing it in the E4 commentary, is that this is his first F1 game, and look, the game's been out what we're looking at 8 months now, 9 months.
Yeah.
And to see where he's come from, watching his first ever race, to what he's doing now is quite spectacular.
Yeah, actually watching EU4 must, I don't know, I sometimes feel a little bit refreshing watching certain people improve. I know you and Titch will see them more often than what I do. But yeah, just seeing the improvements of the guys that are racing week in, week out now is it's quite nice.
Yeah, he's come on leaps and bounds, and I think, the more you play the game, the quicker you get. It's a simple quote, but it's so true, and it's clearly shown that with the laps that he's put in throughout the season and the time practicing, it's really shown. And he's a big. Not only that, he's a big. F1 loves him in COS. He's a people's favourite, isn't he? He's like a fruit in a way, like a people's champ. A very likeable person, great guy, and he's currently 3rd at the minute with a 15.4.
I'm looking at the chat blades. Calm down, don't you worry. I'm good. Cave's good, hopefully.
Yep. I'm living the dream.
Well done last night for the Williams team. Good job. I'm not showing bias here whatsoever.
Oh.
Look what happens when you keep it on the track behind a safety car. See? Well done.
Yeah.
Get a win.
Blaze was in the chat. He was telling me that I was doubting him last night, and I wasn't. He's made a few mistakes, but then he turns it around.
Just needs that consistency. We know he's shown how quick he can be.
Yeah. Of course, fight for the E4 championship with Luke now. That'll be interesting to see in the next coming weeks how that unfolds. Trying to look at other drivers on this grid, mate.
I'm on board with Max whilst we're doing an EU4 theme in an endurance tier. I thought Max did a very decent strategy actually Thursday.
Yeah, driver by far drive. I think. We have power rankings, don't we? Now, and I think you will be up there from what happened last night. P14 on the grid did a reverse strategy.
Yeah, I think his strategy's going to help him. Yeah, his strategy, I think, around here especially is going to help him, especially over that 100% mark. I don't think I'll be expecting to see many people go on the softs. I think I'm probably going to be wrong. I think a lot of people will try and use the mediums here because the softs are just nah. I don't really. Yeah. That's my word. Nah. Not great.
See, like endurance, like 100% race. I don't really know what the tyre wear's like compared to a 50% race. I don't know if they last longer or.
It's just...
I'm guessing they do. I personally don't really know what it's like.
sort of go up, and so for example it's like 50% and it only does like 6 or 7 laps, they probably do like 15 in 100%, so sort of just grow with the percentage. That would be my guess. But yeah, surprised to see quite a few guys use a set of mediums already. So I think there'll be a few guys that go on the subs. Have we got any early predictions for pole position time? Not the person, but the time.
I'm having a look back at this, I'm back at this ED3 stream just to get an idea.
I know Titch said high 13s would be about right. Just having a look, it was a hotly contested EU3 qualifying.
I do have the EU4 stream here.
Oh, go and hit
me
with it.
So I can go off that. Yeah, so I think we're looking at flat 14s maybe into the 13s if someone can really nail the lap. And that was set by Rosa, who is, you could say, an E3 driver.
Yes, and also the other thing was it was a wet race, full wet race. So I think setups would have been, although around here not going to be completely different between driving wet and it could be around some tracks because it's quite high downforce. It still probably meant that the pole time was a little bit slower than what was expected.
I mean, he's picked up 2 poles this season already with 1 win. He's second in the championship, so he's going to be definitely trying to win this championship. Hobbsy, I don't know anything about Hobbsy. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've watched him. But that's a good thing about this session, is watching people that I've never seen race before and see what they bring to the table. In the Red Bull.
Just going to post the stream because everyone's thinking, oh, it's not streamed. It normally isn't. This is probably my last Friday I can do it because I'll be going back to work. Yay!
Yes, I am. Yeah, from next week, I'll be able to play golf again, and I've booked in for 4 rounds next week. So I'm gonna have to work a schedule with COS and life in general, as probably you will as well.
Yep.
Having to go back to work and all that good stuff. So, one thing I will say is, whilst yes, this last year has been hard for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I think that contest of speed has gained from this pandemic, in a way, if that makes sense. I think because everyone's been at home most of the time, and I think especially in the last 8 months or so, with what's happened with COS. Now we have 2 endurance tiers, 6 50% tiers, an iRacing team, and an esports team, and a lot of that's happened in the last year because of obvious reasons, because of the pandemic.
More things to occupy ourselves with. The esports team had a race on Thursday. Thursday, 7 o'clock. Bit of a mixed bag, if I'm being honest, as our first one, but some good positions and points delivered. Currently bottom of the tier 2 rankings in the virtual esports racing series, but a long way to go. It was a good experience for all of us, including myself. Learning ABS before I started. Yes. Great. Oh, HY, do not stick it in the barrier, please.
You lucky individual. I was going to bin it and went way across the grass. Yes, the esports team, from what I've seen this last week, has signed many youngsters, which is great. A lot of guys that are around the age of 14.
Oh my god, he's dropped it. Oh, you should be out of the session. Get back into the pits and stop now before I change my mind.
Oh, lucky individual. It's P2 as
Not
well.
once, but twice, yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, a lot of youngsters have signed for contest and speed. A lot of, well, from what I've seen, very young lads. Like, I think one's at the age of 15.
Yeah, some quick guys out there.
Yeah.
The team on Thursday was myself, Harold, Raggy, Joel, and Dynamo. And yeah, good experience for ourselves. Obviously, coming up against other drivers that we've dabbled with a bit in COS ourselves. So Tom Robbo, I think Carter was racing as well. K Mark for Vapor. So yeah, it was good. It was alright.
Yeah. Well, one person that's in the ECOS team who's racing, well, who's qualifying tonight is Clausen.
Yeah, it is.
In the Williams, EU4 driver.
Trying to drive us forward, really.
Yeah, see, last night I was really surprised with because he retired from the race.
I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. And that's the phrase I'm going to use.
Do you know what I think with Clausen? I think what he needs at the minute, he just needs a bit of confidence in himself because the last few weeks, from EU4, I think he's just low on confidence, and once things aren't going well for him, he kind of just gets to him. So I think he just needs, he just has to have a bit more confidence in himself. And if things don't go well, then it is what it is, and if he just keeps plugging away, then results will come his way, and then even more confidence will kick in for him. Very nice guy though, is Clausen.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it during the stream and the comments on Thursday. I wasn't trying to be horrible. I wasn't trying to, call anyone out. But I just think if things don't go people's way and there's incidents that happen, obviously we got a cheerleading team in COS that work tirelessly on end, and I'll take this moment to say thank you to all those guys because I think drivers sometimes forget how lucky we are to have those guys considering the number of incidents that we've had last week. I'll put it into perspective: 868 in the season 6 across 6 tiers over a 22 race calendar, which is 5 or 6 incidents per tier per race. That's a lot of things to look at.
Yeah.
So those guys do well, and sometimes just need to be cut a little bit of slack. But if something happens, I think people just need to, alright, it's happened, move on, rather than sort of dwell on it. I mean, that's my mentality.
Yeah, definitely. Clausen's going to start a lap. Let's go on board with him.
Shall we put the pressure on?
Go for a lap. Yes.
DRS is open, KB. Down to turn 1.
I think we need to remember as well about Clausen. He's running no assists at all as well.
Oh, good point. He's not going for a fast lap. He's just teasing us, Kaylee. Not that he's not engaged.
Oh,
that's a shame.
So I think he's going to warm up those mediums then and go for 2 out laps.
Even so round here, I know it's 100%. Tyre wear will still be a factor. Temperature will be more of a factor than tyre wear. Yeah. Let's see if there's anyone else a lap in front. Let's go sadistic. No, he's behind.
There's that.
It's McLaren.
Haas. Oh no, Haas has gone slow. With L1.
Spud has invalidated. Sadistic. King behind, he's on a lap. So 54.4, I have no idea what that is. I'm not going to try and bluff my way through, but went purple. So that means he's fastest. No one's set time so far on the mediums. That's 121. I'm expecting that to be beaten. Probably in the 15s on the mediums. You're looking to get into if you can. 16.4. interesting. I don't really know how to feel about that. I think those guys on the mediums need a little bit more. Although Tichy's just got 16.8 on the softs, so.
Alfie has pulled into the pits and validated that, of course, as well. It normally features in the E4 for the racing point team. He's in the ED2 team as well. And apart from that, apart from J Wheels as well, all the other drivers, the likes of Al Wyatt, HY, AFL, Hobbsy, I have not got a clue who these guys are, and that's not in a bad way.
That's fine. I know there's a few of them who are joining over. I know Sadistic King has just asked to join the E4 community, and has done. So he's available Thursday nights now. Spud goes across the line, 14.7. So Spud is going on the softs, and that was 2 runs. So let's hope he can improve on that. So it's gone. For the people at home that probably may have not watched this before, the guys will take their Q2 tyres into tomorrow's race. Obviously they won't be the same wear or anything because we do it tomorrow. So, but it's the same compound they will choose from.
Yes, it is. So I'm trying to work out here, mate. So 100% race. So 50% race, apologies, at Hungary is a soft hard.
It's a so it should double. So it still should be a soft hard, but the longevity of the tyre will double compared to a 50% race. So the strategy should be the same. So what we tend to see around here is the 1-stop, medium hard or softer hard, or the 2-stop, which is the soft, medium, or as we like to call, codename rainbow, soft, medium, hard. So strategy is definitely open. The 2-stop, however, I think you would agree, doesn't work as well because of the traffic around here. This is a slightly oversized go-kart track and you can't really pass anyone.
Track position is king around here. I mean, we see a lot in 50% races, the amount of DRS trains that you can have here. Overtaking is at a minimum. Only turn 1 really, isn't it? That's the only real overtaking opportunity around here.
Yeah, we've seen some mad people do overtakes around the outside or down the inside of turn 4. I know Ricky's done one up there in the past. Calzo's done one in EU1.
We did it, didn't we? Me and you. Oh no, well, I say that.
You scared the life out of me.
Yes, at turn 4.
I was just about to mention that race actually, because that was a prime example of a DRS train. I think.
Yes.
Who was in front? Was it Ricky in first? I think you were second.
Yeah, it was Ricky, you, and then the.
It was someone else on the mediums, and the medium guys were catching up to us.
Yeah, it might have been like. Was it ED2, wasn't it?
E3. So I think.
Oh yeah, so it would have been like Stumpy.
Yeah. Or,
Tichy maybe.
Yeah.
It would have been, Sygate, those kind of guys that were... Yeah, but...
that was another pretty much race that was decided by train into a late safety car.
Yes, it was. So if you're doing a 2-stop round here, even if it's 100%, you kind of need to bank on a safety car at some point in the race to make that strategy work.
But it's not a... It's not a pit stop around here. I've got the time delta actually in front of me, which is on the track guide on the Contest of Speed website, which is www.contestofspeed.com. Danny will be proud. I've got a plug-in for you, Danny. I've learnt over the years. It's about 22 seconds, mate.
Yeah, 20.
It's
short pit stop, isn't
one of the short.
Whoa, there's a bit of traffic going on through turn 5. Wow.
Let's have a look.
AJ Brewer slowed down, but he was on the racing line. He had to actually go to the left and Clausen's retired from the session. He has lost it at turn 5.
He's lost it. There's no one going to be near us.
Oh. See, turn 5, that if you touch that curb on the right,
Ah, the rolling curve. Yes.
Yeah, the rolling, yes. That curb spits you out. It's like a blank curve, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Blank curb, sorry, at Bahrain. There's certain curbs in this game that you do not want to go near, because if you do go near them, and turn 5 is a classic example around here, it will spit you out to the moon. And it looks like it's happened to Clausen, and he is out of this session and qualifying.
We're not being horrible to those drivers we mentioned, but you know, it's now been nailed down into COS folklore that they've got corners named after them. The rolling curve at turn 5 at Hungary, and obviously blank curve at turn 12 at Bahrain. Thomas tried to get the Dan Robbo corner, which is turn 5 at Australia. That's next week in EU, EU and AM 50%. That's going to be interesting to say the least. Going to be a tough track next week, and you could be joining us.
Yes. Potentially, yes. And,
that deal still needs to be put pen to paper.
Yeah, it does. It's great to be back racing though. I said it the other day. It's just watching F1 race the last few months has given me a lot of FOMO. For those who don't know what that means, it's fear of missing out.
Yes.
And yes. But it's great to be back racing now. Got a new rig set up as well, so everything's all in place now, and I'm keen to get back racing with the likes of yourself. We raced, didn't we, together the other day? Oh. We helped each other in a way in the ED1 race on Wednesday. It was a lot of fun.
Scared the life out of Stinson. That's our job done, right?
Yep. We said together we'll work together, but then we kind of like gloves were off at times between us two. We were like, right, let's stop messing around.
We couldn't really get away, and we weren't really catching the guys in front. It wasn't expected anyway. I know I couldn't continue this point streak that I had, as Hobbsy goes to the top of the timesheets, 14-4 on the softs. Unfortunately, I think it's slightly changed in EU1 now, where the mentality is sort of got, oh, if something happens, I'm not going to give up straight away, which is what it has been over past seasons. 20-man grid as well on Wednesday, which was good to see, but it just made our jobs just a little bit tricky. We also saw the golfing class actually.
Yeah.
Tom Robbo was only 9th. I think he qualified on the top row in EU2 on Tuesday, and then I did a 25-2, which was like 3rd row for EU2, and it was back of the grid for EU1. So the step up is quite big. It's tricky.
I said there's levels to this. And obviously EU1's a pinnacle of that. Max is on a lap quickly, Matty. He's in 11th for the minute, so he has to set this lap.
Yes, he does.
He's set a purple sector 2 though, so he doesn't really have to push.
Yeah, well, he's probably having to do something that he didn't really want to do. He probably wanted to go on the medium, so using the softs it's going to get him through, but not on I would say the preferable tyre. Stephen's also on the chopping block as well. There's a few guys nervously looking at 14.6, so was that 3-second improvement?
Yeah.
I know tyre delta around here is 1.6 between.
Yeah, he absolutely smashed that time then.
So
he set the fastest first 2 sectors, but didn't quite hook up the final sector, so he's still got a few temps in hand. Maybe going into Q3.
I was going to say, we've been waffling on because actually some people now are going to have to get knocked out. Sadistic King, interestingly though, going again on the mediums. I would say that's a little brave, although he's nearly 4 temps up.
I mean, the one man that's in danger is Stephen. He's come around the final corner. He's on mediums as well.
So he's not actually going to get it back in, so this is what he's committed to it. We're going to watch Sadistic King finish goes behind Stephen. Both drivers though improve into the high 15s. So AFL and Jay Will's now on the chopping block. L White's in the pits. So
yeah, Jay Wills just started his lap now. He's on the soft, so he has to make it count now. AFL is on an out lap. He's on medium zone, yeah, and he's
gone
only
through
doing
that
17
by what? Let's say a second, maybe.
Yes.
I'll tell you what it's done though, it's brought the likes of HY and Tichy out of the pits as well. They now not 100% certain they're going to make it through because of that improvement from Max as well. Getting a bit squeaky bum time for some drivers out there.
Yeah, Jay Wills is a second up on his time, so he's looking to break into the 15s. I'm going to go to AFL and see what he can do. Just come to turn 2 now.
Jay Wills round the last corner and choosing not to cross the line. And goes slower. And is out of qualifying. That is strange. Unless he really felt he couldn't get the pace in Q3, but that's AFL's just invalidated. Oh, he's 3 temps up. So actually could have probably made it through. Everyone else will.
Jay Wills, I don't know. I think he's intending to start 11th tomorrow because he was a second up through the first sector, and then went over to AFL. And yeah, he's backed out. And
what's Tichy going to do? Tichy's invalidated, luckily, so he'll start mediums. Very strange. Unless he really wasn't confident he was going to make it towards the front sharp end of the grid, then fair enough. Hopefully Blaze, but I won't be doing it. I'm not going to be here. I'm doing another games night with the Familia. Hopefully last time over FaceTime as we come out of lockdown. We'll get to see people. So yeah, that could.
I was saying earlier about you were talking about ED1.
Yes.
And golfing and a golfing class.
Yep.
I mean, this is what's good about this league and what we love so much is that we have a different variety of tiers. Now, how do I say this without offending people? They are slower drivers compared to the big boys.
Different range of abilities.
And that's what we love, is we have a lot of different ability of drivers.
I know.
And dare I say, I think EU4, like the EU4 and AM2 now, actually bring really good races, despite them being, in a way, slower. They should be offended for being slower than a vaporizer or a fruitful, for example. But no, it's great to see so many different abilities of drivers racing in this league.
Grab my phone quick before I forget.
Yep. So Jay Wills, AFL and Clausen out of the session, and we are on to Q3. This qualifying is flew, mate. We're on to Q3 already. We're almost there.
We've absolutely waffled our way through, pretty much.
Yes.
45 minutes worth of racing.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
Here we go then. Matty, I'm going to ask you for a prediction. What do you reckon?
It's going to be really hard to look away from the current championship leader, Hobbsy. Obviously top of the standings again. H White has shown pace in qualifying, but especially in Q2, but not really converted it into Q3. And it'll be interesting to see what the likes of Steven, Spud, Max, let's not rule everyone else at the moment because it could be quite open.
Here we go then. 12 minutes of qualifying, so these guys are going to probably do the 2 runs that you normally see in real life F1 on fresh softs Hobbsy will claim pole here at the Hungary ring. I hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, I can go to Hungary this year because I was supposed to go last year.
Yes.
And I was saying to Titty last night that hopefully with the F1 season starting now or starting this weekend, that once this pandemic clears off, goes away a little bit.
Yeah. Get out of here.
And hopefully go to some actual races. So.
Yes, there'll be an exciting summer ahead, I think, for everyone. I know it's been, especially in the UK, it's been pretty rubbish the last year or so. Obviously 3 lockdowns. But it is what it is. I think everyone will let their hair down once the summer comes around. There's a lot of things to look forward to. Hopefully the British Grand Prix will have fans there. It's just, if Boris will let us. And obviously the Euros to look forward to.
Yeah, that's good.
There's a lot of things.
I said that now the F1 season, it's the biggest season yet, and the season finishes, I was speaking to Dan earlier, that it finishes 2 weeks before Christmas. That's how long the season is now, with it finishing in Abu Dhabi, of course, starting this weekend. So an exciting year ahead now the F1 is properly back, which is great to see. As Alfie is the first man who's going to set time around here.
It is. I'm going to watch LY. I'm not giving him much screen time yet, so yeah, as you were saying, I think fantastic work to everyone related to the powers that be at F1. They get 17 races in less than 6 months in a global pandemic. It was great. Gave us all something to watch, look forward to. Each week as the days rolled into each other, we didn't know which day was which, but it's the great thing about not just motorised sport, but any sport. It gets us all involved.
Yeah, definitely. Alfie invalidated, so.
Oh, LY is just invalidated as
well.
well.
Just caught that. Yeah.
Who's next? Stephen, I think.
Yep.
He's
Hobbsy's just behind him.
Go to Hobbsy.
Spud set at 14.7. What can Hobbsy do?
44. I will get off him straight away because he's got that horrible rev glitch. We'll go on board with Alfie, as you mentioned him, so he's going to go again on these tyres.
Max is coming around the final corner. See what his benchmark is for Q3. 14.7. Just hit Spud. Yes.
So I reckon it's going to be about 14.1, 14.2. See if anyone can get into there. That will do it. Tichy puts himself a 14.5. Alfie runs wide, but still somehow allows the lap to the count still. I think he just needs to complete this just to get a lap on the board. So he's run wide again. It looks very understeery, that racing point. Not really turning in too well. Be the Aston Martin next year's game.
Yes. I'm looking forward to the new game coming out soon with new liveries and all that good stuff, new teams. So, look at Tichy. Pulled out a great lap at 14.5.
White has a time on the board. It's not particularly quick, but it's a time nonetheless.
Didn't see that coming from Tichy. Absolutely beautiful lap there. I just caught him through the final first few corners. On the last corner, sorry, and yeah, 14.5. We were saying about Tichy. Tichy's on the wheel now. He's a wheel man. He has, I think, he has a Logitech at the minute.
Pad all the way.
Yeah, you are a pad man, aren't you? But a lot of people have come over to the wheel in the last few months. Well, from the 50% tiers. But yeah, Tichy's done really well, to be fair. He's only had it for less than a couple of months, and he's got the hang of it already, which is great to see. So all these guys are going to go to the pit, and we're going to wait probably a few minutes, wait for them to come out with the last 2 or 3 minutes. They're going to go for one more final run. So it's Hobbsy leading the way, and then it's Tichy and Max and Spud just behind.
Sorry, Dave, I was just having a look for a Jay Wills has responded to us in the comments. He said he's right on the limit for his Q2 time, so that was probably the best he was going to get. So, I mean, that's what he thought. Obviously, 15 dead would be only what 8th at the moment, with improvements set to happen. So yeah, that probably makes sense. I can respect that decision.
Definitely.
Let's go on board with Stephen. Stephen's not done a lap. KV, up to you. You and me. Who would like to do a lap around Hungary very quickly for?
With Stephen?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be more than happy to do that.
Okay. He's through sector 2 now. Have you got the track map?
I am on. I've got the track map here.
Oh, beautiful.
Ready to go.
Here we go then.
Google is your friend. Here you go then. Final run of the session for Stevens. Going to come out the final corner. Want to get onto the power early. Go all the way up to 8th gears. Quite a short start finish straight. He's going to come down to turn 1 here. Heavy braking zone to a tight right hander. Down into 2nd. Shifts out of turn 1. Comes down to a tricky turn 2 here. Flowing right hander. Wants to get on the power as early as he can. And he does so. Looks nice and clean from the AlphaTauri here. Trickiest corner of the track, turn 4. He wants to get as much power as he can. Lifts off slightly though, but it sets a purple sector into turn 5 as sweeping right hander. Doesn't want to get near that curb on the right. Does not. Up to the chicane of 6 and 7. Looks nice and clean. They're just going to go through this tight section of corners here. Nice flowing right and left handers. Up to turn 11. Wants to get on the power as early as he can. Lifts off slightly. Down into turn 12 through the final section of corners. Wants to hug this inside curb here as back end just steps out a tiny bit. He's going to come to the final corner, hugs that into that inside curve again, get on the power as early as you can and go to the line of 0.4 provisional pole.
Wow.
Good lap.
I was just about to say there's a lot more curve bits of the track he could use, but kept it really clean and tidy. Smart 14-1. Hello, join the party.
He said in the chat that he had a 14 flat in him, didn't he? And yeah, hits a 14-1 there. He's on a lap.
It'd be interesting to see if these guys that have just set times have got a spare set left of
yeah, Max. Oh, Max. Yeah, so Max is invalidated, so he'll be able to get in and out for one more run. It's a short track, this. So
he's round.
Yeah.
Sadistic King's going to go again on this set. Currently matched his time. He's on 14.6 at the moment. Oh wow, if he's just spun, that's going to distract him just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh. Through that chicane. Yeah. He's got the traffic ahead of him as well, yeah.
Surprised if he's near his time here at all. Yeah, 5.5 second down. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see if Hobbsy can respond. Here we go then. The man currently leading the championship. What's his points advantage, KV?
I believe it's 14 points. I'm going to double check.
So 10th down. I apologise for the revving, but I want to see the how he gets on. I think he's. Sounds like he's just backed down. He's still putting hot that line.
Yeah, it looks like he's backed out.
I did think it was. It did sound very low revving that car. Let's see. HY invalidated. He was improved. Whoa! I'll tell you what, that. Oh, he's missed a bit. Entry's going to have to go again. But he's not going to have ERS. So that's probably really his qualifying.
See, I'm not sure if Hobbs is going to go for another lap. Titch is about to start his final lap. I don't know if Hobbs has got enough fuel to go for one more.
Setup on that Renault does not look comfortable.
It looks very twitchy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Not the first time he's gone a little bit sideways in his full quality session.
Yeah, so Hobbs is going to go one more time. I'm going to stay with Tichy and see what he can do.
Yeah, we are on board with Titch. Very nice through turn 4, 5. Oh, he's got Renault in front though, that will need to move out the way, and it does so.
It looks nice and clean from him at the minute. He was half a tenth down through sector 1. If he can hook up a really good sector 2 and 3 here.
Yeah, the softs at this point just crying, Katie. The temperature.
Oh, he's 2.5 tenths up. Tichy's looking to be onto the front row of the grid here.
Hugs the inside, takes a really tight line. It's going to be interesting on the back end.
Oh,
that's alright, because it'll straighten him up for the last corner. Oh, he did it. Lost so much time.
I think those last couple of corners might have been it,
invalidated, so at the moment... And there's Steven. Steven's going to go again, but we'll come back to him at some point. Let's hop over to AJ Brewer, who is currently up by a quarter of a second. Oh, and he's backed out.
Yeah, Max is about to come for the line. Can he improve?
Max 14.6. White is in. Alfie.
AJ. Oh, yeah, AJ Brewer slowed down as well.
So it is going to be over to Steven. Steven is pushing the limits. He's matched his first sector time. He looked a little bit scrappy. He's trying to find it too much. He's still a 10th down. Could this be Spud's second pole position of the matter of days? Did it last night in EU4 around Bahrain? Steven with one corner to go. Can he find a couple of attempts is all he needs? A little bit wide. And to the line. Oh, it doesn't improve, so it's Spud on pole for ED2 tomorrow night.
Now we need to remember to tell him to not play with his settings.
Don't touch the traction control, Spud.
Don't touch anything. Congratulations to him, a 14-1, so just under 3 temps quicker than anyone else in the session.
Putting the pressure on, actually.
That's very tight though, isn't it? Still, so it's only seven. You're looking around a little over 8 temps between the top 9.
And 14-1 would have put Spud 12 in EU3. That's all we've got to go for. But yeah, good qualifying. I thought it was going to be Hobbsy. Looked very good for most of that, and then just at the end couldn't quite find that little bit extra. So Spud then by quarter of a second. Steven is going to be alongside him on the front row. Hobbsy 3rd, Tichy 4th, Alfie 5th, Statistic King 6th, Max 7th, H White in 8th, L Wyatt 9th, AJ Brew. We didn't see that, got disqualified, so should be lining up 10th, but I will let Limmy decide that and see what his verdict is. I will take a screenshot on my phone of the lineup. I think Spud's already done it for me anyway. For tomorrow. Interesting, some of those top 10 KV on the medium tyre.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see tomorrow then. How it plays out in terms of strategy.
Strategy will be key. It should be, I heard, is it going to be a dry race tomorrow, but that's all I know about. So KV, thanks for joining me, mate. That was ED2
Pleasure.
qualifying. You'll be back in the commentary box on Thursday with Tichy, I presume, for EU4.
Yes. We will be a quick one. We will. We have an iRacing special event tomorrow. I think, fingers crossed, that we are going to get it streamed.
Will it be on the? You don't know yet.
I don't know yet, but if you follow our social media accounts, then you will know. I'm just working out some details.
Instagram, Twitter,
right now,
etc., etc.
We've got 2 teams entering that tomorrow. We've got an LMP2 team and a GTE team in the beloved COS Corvette.
was going to say, that's is that the first time you'll be using LMP2s? Or did you use them recently?
For a special event,
Events? Yeah.
yes. For a big event, yeah. So we've got a lot of quick people. We've got former EU1 driver Yelt, who's very quick on our racing. Got a few really quick drivers, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I won't be racing in it because I just didn't have time. I've got too much going on. So
Sad times.
yeah, you won't have the pleasure of seeing me drive tomorrow. But we've got some very talented guys, so looking forward to that. Yeah. So along with that, then Matty, tomorrow we've got the iRacing event, and then we've got this.
Yes.
Running concurrently at the same time, so you can grab 2 TVs and you can watch the iRacing event and this race tomorrow.
Yeah, Limmy will be back in the commentary box and doing ED2 tomorrow. These guys may be doing just an opening stint practice session. That's why they're still carrying on, if they all are. Yeah, so ED2 Limmy will be back and be streaming that. That will be possibly on Twitch, but obviously with iRacing going on, we're going to try and work that out for everyone at home. And then it will be Monday, EU3, 10 PM UK time. You'll hear the dulcet tones of Thomas and Lewis in the commentary box because EU3 is happening. Tricky one, Australia, and we're already halfway through the season. It's going to be round 7 of 11. So it should be good fun. So, yeah, KB, thank you very much. And we will leave everyone here. We're going to go and do a quiz. Goodbye.